Celebrity weight loss drug looks like 23 others taken off the market. I'm Robin Openshaw, the Green Smoothie Girl online for 17 years now, and I want to talk to you about the Kardashians' weight loss drug that Elon Musk says he's taken too. The first thing former UK Prime Minister Boris Yeltsin did after leaving office was to write an editorial saying how injecting this drug in his belly fat weekly has kept him from raiding the fridge for sausage and cheese and half a bottle of wine at night. It reads like a drug rep wrote it, and he'd just finished a term as Prime Minister. I'm sure the politicians aren't in bed with pharma at all, though. I'm sure he wrote that editorial just for fun. So Ozempic is the brand name containing the drug semaglutide, and it works on the monoamine neurotransmitter, and it turns out that 23 other drugs trying to make $1 billion on obesity have also targeted this same neurotransmitter. And those other 23 have caused such serious adverse events that they had to be removed from the market for cardiotoxicity. So that means poisonous to your heart and blood vessels, and for psychiatric disturbances like suicidal thoughts, psychosis, and depression. Apparently, the drug maker, Novo Nordisk, must have known that because they kept people from psychiatric disorders and serious depression from participating in the preclinical trial. But you probably won't be surprised that 60 people have reported serious psychiatric problems to the FDA after using this drug. One person that we know of reports still being unwell a year after taking it. A teacher said that she was lightheaded and struggling to retain consciousness in front of her class, and she was burping sulfur so much that her students were complaining. Which makes sense because the way the drug works is that it slows the gastric draining of your stomach, which means that it stops you from digesting your food. So that you know that you actually need to digest your food, right? If you don't, then sure, you might not be hungry again very soon, but you also might experience nausea, vomiting, dehydration, diarrhea, and burping sulfur, kind of like you do when you have a stomach flu or food poisoning. Kind of seems like if a drug you take poisons and paralyzes your gut, which is one of the reported side effects of Ozempic, you're probably not getting the basic nutrients well known to be needed for good health. I'm not sure why anyone thinks it's a good idea to stop your food from digesting, because your stomach is widely considered to be your second brain, as in it's where 85% of your immune system lives, and your mind doesn't work well when you've basically stopped digesting your food, which you actually need for fuel for your body and your brain. So the manufacturers think that we should aggressively, that's their word, treat overweight children as young as 12 with this drug. And they're telling millennial diabetics to take it for life. And of course, we have no idea what the long-term effects will be. The millions of Americans clamoring for it will have to tell us in a year, in 2 years, in 5 years. You know what having stomach acid sitting in your stomach churning with food you can't digest does, right? I bet when you went out to dinner and got food poisoning once, you had an experience you'll never forget. I can't understand how this solves diabetes at all. The fact is, detoxifying your body of the chemical obesogens from our processed food and other sources, and the endocrine disruptors trapped in your fat stores and keeping you from being able to lose weight, plastics and metals and volatile organic compounds and other toxins in our bodies, is how we eliminate fatigue and poor health and get our healthy metabolism back. Getting rid of those toxins stored in our fat deposits is a healthy way to lose weight that only benefits your overall health and assists the body in healthy metabolism, rather than stopping our food from digesting. Remember when Americans ran out and got on fen-phen, and that was a disaster with major cardiovascular disease complications? I had a doctor friend who got right on that drug, didn't lose weight, but he did suffer the heart problems of taking it. Now I know an MD who's taking Ozempic. It's what they know. They got no training in health when they were in med school, and it shows. Doctors are at least as unhealthy as the general population. When I got sick 25 years ago and I was lethargic and sick, and I spent 4 years mostly in bed, I had an unhealthy diet, but a pharma injury is what tipped me over. I got back to a state of good health and optimal energy by detoxing. I've helped 20,000 people through the process now, and you can get the link to my free class about detoxing effectively right here. My husband and I do the detox twice a year, and it's made all the difference because, frankly, the terrible reactions from Ozempic users and the problems that might lead them to take it seem like scenes right out of the Pixar film WALL-E, where we can't run like lemmings for yet another toxic patented chemical to lose weight just because Kim Kardashian did it, because we actually can't run. Instead, we have to use our remote-controlled hovercraft to get us somewhere to inject the drug into ourselves. Hey, but there's an upside. It's only $297 a month. What a bargain. Maybe there are things where it's cool to be an early adopter, but I don't think Ozempic, aka semaglutide, is one of them. And I doubt if Kim Kardashian had any adverse events, if she's a paid spokesperson, that she'd be talking about them. Join us in the Detox group for a much more effective approach to weight loss and lots of support from other veteran detoxers and health coaches there to answer your questions every day. That doesn't cost you your health, but helps you regain it for less than a month of Ozempic. There are 300 million people searching on Ozempic right now. The drug has been on back order for months, and the warning sheet right in the box tells you all you need to know. Make sure to follow Green Smoothie Girl for more bite-sized information and lots of help along your path to health.